Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Ian. Welcome back to the channel, Ian the Reader. Today we are back for round 2 of Jake and Stacey Pick My TBR. Jake is stinging from his loss. Literally, like within 2 minutes of us finishing recording the results from round 1, they had messaged saying they were ready to go for round 2. So I'm excited. Yeah. Somebody's a sore loser, but they're back with a vengeance. So we'll see how it goes. But I'll let them introduce themselves and their channels, and then we'll go ahead and jump into what books they have selected for me.
Sure. So, hey, I'm Stacey. I'm the chapter conundrum.
And my name is Jake, and I'm the bookish drummer.
There you go. If you're not already following them or subscribed to them, I don't know what you're doing, because I feel like we have similar audiences for the most part. So you know these people. They're great. They're on the channel a lot. I'm always on their Discord. So yeah. But today they have chosen, again, 3 books each for me to read, this time with specifically horror/thriller books for spooky season, which is perfect because I am in such a spooky mood. So I'm excited about it. They have picked 3 each, and I have some guesses as to what I think they've selected. I did okay last time. I'm confident in 1 for each of you, and then the rest we'll see. So
Okay.
yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into those. So Jake, my predictions from what you picked for me are You by Carolyn Kepnes. I said Lisa Jewell book because I know you love her books a lot and you give her books 5 stars a lot. I was torn between Lisa Jewell and Zoe Stage, but I went Lisa Jewell. Then She Was Gone. Particularly, I've read a handful of Lisa Jewell and enjoyed them, so I thought that might be where your head was at. And then I just went for your favorite book of the year, Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey, because I know that you've really enjoyed that book. I haven't read anything by that author, so it could be an interesting bet, but I know with it being your favorite book of the year, we'll see. So those are my guesses for you. Stacey, I said Confessions by Kane Minato. I think you had mentioned it last time as one you had thought about, so that one came to mind. And then your other 2, I struggled. I said Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, because I saw that you gave it like a 4.5 or 5 on Goodreads, and I've read and enjoyed quite a few Grady Hendrix books. You didn't think of that one?
I think maybe I gave it a 3.5, but rounded up to 4 on Goodreads.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Yeah, that's awesome. So, and then I said Alice Feeney book because I know you've mentioned that you really like Alice Feeney, and I've read some and enjoyed, and I want to read more. So we'll see. The only ones I'm really confident in are You for Jake and Confessions for Stacey, but we'll see. Okay. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and hear the first book from our reigning champion, Stacey. What is your first book for me?
Well, you're right.
Yes, I knew it. See, that was the only one I was like, I feel it. I feel it. So, okay, tell me about this. I really don't know anything about Confessions.
So it's been so long since I've read this. So let's see if I can even do this. We're following a teacher in her very last lecture before she retires. And there's a very specific reason she's retiring. It's following an accident. I don't remember if you're given the details up front, so I'm not going to say just in case. But basically, this is a very interesting storytelling style. Well, first of all, it's Japanese. And second of all, it's like 6 chapters, and there are 5 different POVs, and every chapter follows a different POV, and basically everyone adds like another element or angle to the story.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's super cool. I'm really excited about that. I've seen the cover around and like just very vague positive reviews for it on like TikTok when people are giving like rapid fire recommendations and stuff. And I knew it was translated, but I did not know it's translated from Japanese. I've never read like a Japanese thriller. Or is it thriller or is it horror? What is it?
Thriller.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. So, and I'm glad that like it's generally kind of vague on like details, because the more surprises, the better with thrillers. So,
yeah,
cool.
There are some pretty good surprises in here. I remember this is probably the first book I ever read where I audibly gasped.
I love that. Okay. I love a good book that gets you with the twists. So awesome. Good choice. Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, Jake, what's your first one?
Well, you did guess one of them correctly.
What was it?
But which one was it?
I don't know. Let's see. Yep, there it is. All right, cool. The 2 I was confident in, so very good, very good. So I kind of know what this book is about just from like the Netflix show trailers and stuff. I've never watched the show, so the content itself will all be a surprise to me. I don't know how faithful of an adaptation it is, but yeah, tell me about it.
pretty faithful adaptation.
Yes and no. The end of season 1 is like completely not even in the book.
Yeah, but like the general premise, like the idea of it, it's kind of the same.
Yeah, I think like the TV show maybe takes some events and mixes the timeline of like when they occur.
Yeah, but basically the idea is that you're following this stalker named Joe Goldberg, and the whole story is kind of written in second person because he's following this woman that he's interested in, but he's saying like, you did this, you did that. So you're reading it. It's very creepy, but it's also kind of a dark comedy. It's got a lot of satire in it. So I think it's a really good kind of horror comedy in a way, but it is also very creepy.
Okay.
It has a very own moral compass, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Kind of Dextery. So
Yeah, it has Dexter vibes, though, which
I like Dexter. Yeah, I like Dexter, so that's a good bet. And when with I Am Not a Serial Killer last time, things went well. So I like a good book with kind of a twisted protagonist. So okay.
There you go.
There
I
you
like
go.
it. All right, so all bets are off now. My 2 confident guesses are done. So, all right, Stacey, what is your second book?
My second book is Escape by Ian Wright.
I almost guessed that one. I saw it just now. I was looking through your Goodreads right before we started, and I saw that. I was like, would she do this one? I don't know. Okay,
Yes,
very cool.
So this is a fun horror that's set in an escape room, and basically it follows, I think her name's Cheryl, but she's new to her workplace, and she ends up going on a company kind of outing to hopefully get to know her coworkers better, and they're going to an escape room, but once they get inside, they're sealed in, and things go very wrong.
Of course. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. So I read my first one by Ian Wright earlier this year for the Thrill Chill Kill Book Club, Dark Ride, and I really liked that one. It wasn't like
much better.
It's so much better. Okay, cool. Like it wasn't like Dark Ride was like just fun. That's what it was. That one was like a haunted theme park, which was just a fun idea, and it was utterly ridiculous but very entertaining. So yeah, and this guy has like a ton of books, so I've been wanting to read more of his stuff. So I'm very excited about that. So good pick. Very
this
good.
one was like a 4.75, I think, for me. Dark Ride was like a 3.5.
Interesting.
I think this one better too.
Yeah. There you go.
I think like that was kind of the general consensus. Like some people, I don't think anybody gave Dark Ride a 5 stars. Maybe somebody when we read it, but for the most part, people either like just had fun with it and gave it like a 4 or whatever, or it just wasn't for them. So I had fun with it. So hopefully I have fun with this one too. I like the escape room setting. I think that's fun. So very excited. Good pick. All right, Jake.
So my next book I don't own physically, but it's one of my favorite books that I read last year, and that would be The Last Word by Taylor Adams.
Interesting. Okay, I have thought about reading. I think I actually just saw that book somewhere, maybe my library or something. I've never read a Taylor Adams before, and I've wanted to for a while because he wrote, or I don't know if that's a man or a woman.
That's a man, I think.
That's what I thought, but I could be wrong. But that's the author of No Exit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've been very interested in that.
When I read No Exit, and I was kind of okay on it, and then I heard kind of the premise of The Last Word, and I was like, oh, I have to read this. Do you know what the premise is?
I think it involves an author. That's all I know.
So the way it was pitched to me is that it's a reverse Misery by Stephen King. So Misery, you've got the fan kind of going after the author, but in this one, you've got a woman who writes a 1-star review for this horrible horror book, and the author is coming after the fan.
Oh, snap.
And this book goes off the rails. It's basically the most bonkers book you'll ever read. That's how I'm going to pitch it.
Okay. That's interesting. Also reading it as like somebody who reviews books. Like it's better be careful with my 1 stars. Alex Michaelides might come after me. So.
Oh, no.
Okay, interesting. So good. This is good because it'll help me to check off an author that I've been, as a thriller reader and enthusiast, I'm kind of surprised I haven't read any Taylor Adams books before. Not that there's a ton. I think there's only like 3, but still very excited. So awesome. Okay, cool. I did not see that one coming. So good job. Yeah. Because Stacey, your second one I like almost guessed, but that one was totally out of left field. Okay. So all right. Final book for Stacey. Let's hear it.
So this one I don't own physically either, and it's more of a risk because this is a slower paced thriller. And I think with you, like every book that I've recommended to you that you liked has been like pretty bingeable or fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a reason I chose this one. So first of all, it's Defending Jacob by William Landay.
Interesting. Okay.
And it opens with, I think it's a DA who's investigating this, I think it's a murder. And eventually his son is maybe a suspect. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's a lot of him grappling with like, is my son capable of this or is he not? But it sort of gives you the same feeling of like The Passengers when you're learning more and more about a character. Like as you unpack more and more about the son's like day to day and how that all went down, like the day of the murder, you start to question like, did he do it? Oh wait, maybe he didn't. Oh wait, maybe he did. So it kind of gives you that like wiffle waffling, like I don't know what happened and I need to find out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've heard good things about this. Somebody I know on Instagram gave it a 5-star pretty recently. Did you read it this year?
I
Or
think it was last year.
okay, I think I remembered you giving it 5-star too, but that one for some reason didn't even enter. I guess I wasn't really like, it doesn't have like a traditional like thriller kind of cover. I mean, it does. There's like the thumbprint on it or something like that, but it just didn't cross my mind as a thriller exactly. It's almost like a mystery thriller, legal thriller kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
it's more of like a courtroom legal
I
mystery.
can get on board with that. I can get on board with that. Okay. And you gave it 5 stars, or what'd you give it?
5, yeah.
Very nice. Okay.
Which is weird because I don't usually love slow paced books. So
Yeah, I actually I can dig a slow paced book, and I will say like of your 3, I mean, especially the Ian Rob Wright one, that is, I'm assuming, a quite fast paced book. So provides a little bit of balance. I like it. I like it. Okay.
yeah, I think
That's
Confessions is kind of like a fast to medium pacing too.
okay. Cool. Okay, so I like it. Very diverse there.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, your final book.
So this one might be a bit of a risk, but I'm gonna kind of go with my gut because I just get the feeling that that this is an Ian book. It's a book that I used to have in my top 10 books of all time, but I haven't read it in such a long time.
Wait,
Really, I,
wait. I think I just guessed what it is, but
What
no,
is
no. Okay, go ahead. Just tell me. Tell me.
oh, okay, I'll just tell you. It's Mr. Splitfoot.
That was not what I was gonna say, so that's fine. But that's really funny because I just picked that book up at a library sale like this weekend. I can see it on my desk right over there.
Really?
That's really weird.
Good
Yeah,
timing.
interesting.
So,
For some reason, the Hard Boiled Wonderland
uh,
whatever book crossed my mind by Haruki Murakami. But anyway, go ahead. Tell me about this one. I just knew the cover. That's the only reason I grabbed it. It was like 50
so,
cents. Tell me about it.
that's what I was going to explain. When I picked this book up, like I don't even know, like 8 years ago, I just went into Second and Charles one day and I said, you know what? I'm just going to pick a book and I'm just going to base it off of the cover. I'm not going to look at the back. I'm not going to read anything about it. I'm not going to go on Goodreads. I'm just going to pick a cover that I really like. And I'm just going to jump into it knowing nothing. And this is the book that I picked out.
Should I do that too?
I think you should.
Okay, that's fine.
Cover.
It is a really cool cover. I don't know how, and I like the colors on it. It grabbed my attention for sure.
I will say, I guess like the genre would be literary horror. It's not like a typical horror, but it's got, I don't know. I guess I would call it literary horror.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, don't tell me about that. I way back, like when I first started my BookTube channel, I did a blind book reading challenge where like I picked 3 books that I'd literally never heard of. I didn't read the back or anything, and I just jumped in, and that was kind of a fun experience. So, if you could use one word to describe this book, though, what would it be?
Hypnotic.
Hypnotic. Interesting. Okay. Bold choice. Wow. Okay, so let's recap. Stacey, your books for me are Confessions.
Yep.
Which you've got there. Yep, perfect. And then the Escape. It's called Escape, yeah, by Ian Rob Wright.
Yep.
And your final one is Defending Jacob. Okay, perfect. And then Jake, yours are You by Carolyn Kepnes.
Yep.
Hopefully I'm saying that right. And then what was your second one? Oh my gosh.
The Last Word.
The Last Word. That's, yeah, I didn't see the cover, so that's why it slipped my mind. The Last Word by Taylor Adams, and then Splitfoot, who Samantha Hunt. Okay, cool. Very exciting. How are we feeling? Feeling confident? Stacey, you think you're going to win again? Jake, you think you're going to come back for vengeance?
I don't know how it's going to go, but it's going to be hilarious if I win again.
I I mean, I said this last time. I was very confident, but this time around, I am also very confident. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I have, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think about which books I will give 5 stars, if any, because last time I predicted, and ironically, the ones that I said I would pick 5 stars were my least favorites from both of you. Um, let's see. I think for Jake, I think my 5 star, maybe it'll be Split Foot. I don't know. I'm gonna say it is. I'm very excited about the other two, but you have me very curious about Split Foot to the point that when we're done here, I might just go ahead and get started on it. So, um, and then Stacey, I think Defending Jacob. I
Okay.
do. I'm excited about the other two quite a bit. Um, I don't know though. I have a feeling. I have a feeling about Defending Jacob. So we'll see. Yeah. Which ones are you guys most confident in? I'm curious. Which ones do you think I will give 5 stars?
I think you picked our least confident books as your 5 stars.
Yeah, like to me, Defending Jacob was the risk because it's a slower paced thriller.
Right.
And everything I've recommended to you that you've loved has been like very fast paced or like high intrigue throughout.
I think my safest pick is probably going to be You by Caroline Kepnes. I haven't really heard a lot of people say bad things about it, so
Yeah.
it's pretty safe, I think.
I think Confessions is my safer pick too, just
Yeah.
because like, I have not talked to anybody who disliked this. Like
Okay.
everyone I know has given it either a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And it has more of like a medium pacing, and it'll just be fresh and unique because it's a Japanese thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, well, hold on, Stacey. Which of Jake's have you read, and Jake, which of Stacey's have you read?
For Jake, I've only read You. I haven't read The Last Word or Split Foot, but I have read No Exit, which we were talking about.
Okay.
And I've read Confessions and Escape,
But not
which I
Defending
both
Jacob.
really liked, but I haven't read Defending Jacob.
I want him to, because I think
Okay.
I have to defend myself.
Very nice. Yeah.
Jacob,
No,
you're Jake.
I know.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so if for some reason you guys get the same score, we'll do a bonus round.
Okay.
I don't know that I will. What I'll probably do is I will just message you guys and say, hey, I think you guys have the same score. Give me an extra book to read. And then when we do the announcement video of the victor, we'll encompass all of those. But I won't tell you guys your scores beforehand. So knowing me, I'll have these done very quickly because I just can't wait. I get too excited. We do have just a quick little plug. Oh, those are short.
Yeah.
Right, nicely done. Quick little plug. We do have the Dark Tower readathon going on over on the Bookish Drummer Discord in the month of October. So a lot of these books I will be reading for that, but I'll probably try to get to a couple in September as well, just because I'm in the mood for some spooky or thriller or horror books, and we'll see. But yeah, go join the Dark Tower Discord, or not the Dark Tower Discord, the Bookish Drummer Discord, the Dark Tower Readathon, and jump in the comments. Let me know which books you think I will enjoy, who you think is going to win. Cast your vote now. We'll see. I don't know. Jake's Jake's got to redeem himself after that burn of a fire starter. That was unexpected. That's actually partially why I'm going for like the unexpected ones, is because the safe bet books last time with the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I'd enjoyed a lot of Taylor Jenkins Reid books, and Firestarter, which of course I enjoyed a lot of Stephen King books. Like I said, those were my least favorite. So I don't know. Maybe some risky books are the way to go. So
yeah, who knows?
We'll see.
We'll see. Awesome. Well, thank you guys all so much for watching, and thank you, Jake and Stacey, for coming on the channel again. Even though you practically begged me to do this again. So is this for me or for you? Who knows? But I'm very excited about this. So yeah, we'll be back in a couple weeks probably with the scoreboard update. See who won. I'm excited. So thanks again for watching. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.